My ex-best friend attacked me after his wife lied about our affair. I sued, exposed the truth, and now they want my forgiveness. My reputation is ruined, and everyone is harassing me. So I exposed their lies and sued their arse. Now ex-best friend wants my forgiveness. The last 4 days have been the most horrible in my life. I have no idea how to deal with anything and wanted to get opinions on what to do next since I see posts like this on Reddit. My best friend's wife told him that she had an affair with me, which never happened. I 35M have been married to my wife 35F for 8 years. We have 2 wonderful kids. But this is about my friend Josh 35M and his wife Mary 34F. I met Josh during my freshman year of college, and we have been friends ever since. We have always shared our love for tech, and he is always my go-to guy when I need someone to talk to. Josh started dating Mary 5 years ago. Let's say Mary has a very different set of morals than my wife or me. She is very loud, manipulative, and just craves attention. Josh and Mary had been dating on and off for 4 years. They broke up often, but somehow always ended up together after a few months. Mary is always the one who breaks up with Josh and then takes him back. I also know that Mary cheated on Josh at least with 2 guys when they were dating, but somehow convinced him that he was not putting enough effort into the relationship. Josh always blames himself for Mary not being happy. My wife also knows about all of this and has always kept her distance from Mary. However, we do meet her often during parties with friends. Josh and Mary got married last year. Last month, Josh found out that Mary was cheating on him again and had an affair with one of her coworkers. Josh was completely broken and stayed at our place for a week before going back and confronting Mary and kicking her out of the house. Josh bought the house before marriage, and hence he had to get the cops involved to kick her out. From what we know, Mary moved back to her parents' house. I have been helping Josh through the process, and he filed for divorce last week. Last Saturday, Mary came to Josh's house to collect her stuff along with her dad. I had advised Josh to get out of the house when they came, but he wanted to make sure she did not take anything that did not belong to her. During her visit, Josh got into a fight with Mary, and Mary told Josh that she had an affair with me while they were married, and we used to do it in their bedroom. This is all 100% false. I have always known that Mary was trouble and kept my distance from her. I feel she is just trying to hurt Josh by saying that. After that incident, Josh got extremely agitated and came to our house. I saw he was distressed and knew something was wrong. As I opened the door, he started cursing at me and accusing me of sleeping with Mary. Luckily, the kids were not at home, but my wife and I were there, and we were both shocked by what he was saying. He tried to punch me, but luckily he hit my shoulder, and I was able to wrestle him on the ground and calm him down. I kept on telling him that what Mary told him was completely false, and that I had never spent a single minute with her alone in my life. My wife threatened to call the cops, and he left. After he left, my wife was completely inconsolable. It took me hours to calm her down and convince her that Mary was manipulating Josh. I work from home and rarely leave my house without my wife or kids. I think she believes me, but she has been different for the last 4 days. Josh told a lot of my close friends that I was having an affair with Mary. He is not taking my calls or my wife's calls. My wife tried to call Mary, but she was also not taking our calls. All my friends, including Josh, think that I am the biggest off for getting involved with his effing wife. I have no idea how to convince anyone that this is false. I am just so frustrated. Can someone please give me advice on what I can do next? Comments. Deleted. Consult with a lawyer. Ask if you have a case to sue Mary for defamation. I'm serious. She's telling lies you should be able to prove are false, and she is doing measurable damage to your life and reputation. If a lawyer thinks you have a case, you should file ASAP. Ad Neba. Honestly, that's F-ed, dude. I struggle to understand, given the context, how your wife and friends don't believe you. But it sounds like you need to just clear the air with a simple denial that you did it. Offer to give evidence to anyone who doesn't believe you if you have any, and that you're happy to be friends still, but won't be talking about the situation. Their choice. As for your wife, you've got to take of course, but still tell her she needs to either believe you, allow her to do any kind of investigating or whatever to verify it if she can, or you guys need to go to counseling. No half measures and no treating you differently because you can't prove a negative. Anyway, that's what I would do. Damn dude. I'm sorry, man. I'll say a prayer for you. Terminal simp syndrome in your friend, dude. Update. I recently wrote a post about my best friend's wife, Mary, accusing me of having an affair with her that never happened. My best friend Josh was in the process of divorce with his wife when she told him that, and he was spreading fake rumors about me and my friend's circle. TLDR. We threatened to sue. And Mary folded within 24 hours. First of all, thanks to everyone who suggested that we should file for defamation. I just kept on thinking in my head how I could get Mary to tell the truth and convince Josh that I had completely forgotten the legal route. I was not able to update as the lawyers had told us not to say anything until we got a confession from Mary. After posting on Reddit, my wife and I spent a few hours at night reading through all the comments. We immediately decided to explore whether we could sue Mary for defamation. Some of you suggested that I should take a polygraph test. I asked my wife if we should find a place for that, and she smiled. She said she does not doubt me one bit. But we can't let people have any doubt that I had an affair with Mary. Our kids are friends with their kids, and we can't live with them thinking I had an affair with Mary. She just wanted us to be strong and solve the issue as soon as possible. In the morning, we messaged my wife's mother's friend, who is a very experienced attorney. We called her based on the time she gave us in the morning and explained the issue. She said that we should pursue the legal route. But she does not handle such cases and gave us the contact information of another attorney in her firm and set up a meeting with her at noon. We went to visit her and discussed the issue. The lawyer told us that we could sue Mary as she has made false accusations, and there is a precedent for considering what she said as slander, as it attacked my character, and we can prove emotional distress. However, she told us that a defamation lawsuit is a very long and expensive process and may take several years. She told us Mary has a weak hand and she will not want to go to court. Hence, we should give her a way out by telling her to give in writing that what she said was false. Moreover, as she said the false statement to Josh, we would need Josh to state what she said. I won't go into details here but might post it in the comments later on. However, we came up with a plan for sending her a letter of intent to sue for defamation. The attorney worked on this, and we got notified that Mary received the letter on Friday morning at her parents' place. The letter told her that we would sue her by the end of the month if she did not provide an official statement in writing that the statements she had made were false. The letter also told Mary to only communicate via the law firm regarding this matter. As planned, I messaged Josh and told him we had decided to sue Mary for defamation due to the false statements she made about the affair. We would leave no stone unturned to prove that the allegations are false. Our lawyers will contact you next week, and we hope cooperate with them and tell them exactly what she said to you. On Saturday morning, as I was cooking breakfast and my wife was sitting with our kids, the doorbell rang. I saw the Ring camera of Josh and Mary standing outside the door. Before I could tell my wife to stay back and not open the door, she bolted towards the door. She opened it and started yelling at Josh. She is 5 feet, nothing tall, but she is scary when she is angry. She just started calling him names, and how can he destroy our lives when we supported him at his lowest? Josh just kept saying, he just wanted to talk to me, and kept repeating that. He looked down. My wife just kept on yelling at him and telling him to get lost. Mary started talking then, saying that she was sorry for what she said. Josh was abusing her as she was packing, and she just said that to hurt him. She just kept on saying that Josh is such an idiot and has created such a big mess. My wife turned to her and told her that she better find a good lawyer to reply to our lawyers. At last, she told Josh that if he wanted to meet me, go and first make things right for me, and then slammed the door. I was watching all this from the breakfast table through the Ring camera and realized that we recorded the whole conversation, including Mary confessing her lies. I felt so relieved in the moment, knowing that I had proof of her telling the truth. We forwarded the video to our lawyer, and she sent a thumbs up and called us briefly to say that we should meet on Monday to discuss the next steps. After an hour or so, Josh messaged our friends group that he did a terrible thing and spread false statements about me. He is ashamed of it and wants to apologize for it. Moments later, Mary messaged, saying that some statements she made were misconstrued by Josh, and that what he told everyone was false. Their relationship is going through rocking times, and I would thank everyone for giving them privacy and to pray for them. The rest of the day has been great. I have been taking my kids to their Saturday activities and playing with them, while my wife was talking on the phone with all my friends' wives and her friends gossiping about what happened. The only thing I told her was to not send the Ring video of Josh and me from last week and not to mention Mary's affair to them. I still think it's a private matter that Josh told us in confidence, and we should respect that. Everyone was shocked that Josh attacked me physically. Regarding my friends, I made a blanket statement that they all hate me in the last post. But, in reality, 4 of my friends called me during this week to ask me what was going on. They told me they knew how crazy Mary was and asked me how they could support me. One of the friends was the one that Josh had called. He told me that Josh told him that Mary had an affair with me, and he had filed for divorce. He conveniently left out the part about her cheating on her coworker. I don't think anyone apart from my wife, and I know the whole story. He knows at least 2 of the other friends Josh called and said the same. Due to this, the gossip started spreading that they were divorcing because of me. And most of my friends were just waiting on the sidelines instead of extending support to me. However, I think I learned who the people are that got my back in need. About Josh, we still plan to file for TRO against him and Mary next week. The lawyer said we should be able to get it for Josh as there is clear evidence of danger. But Mary might be a long shot. We will see what to do from there. As for our friendship, it's done. It ended the minute he decided to punch me instead of at least asking me if it was true. I can't have people like him around my wife and kids. He was a great friend, but my family and their safety have a way higher priority than him. Mary, I guess she wins. My wife still wants to push to get her to pay our legal fees. We will see what to do on Monday. However, she was able to destroy Josh's support system with one lie. I was helping Josh through the whole divorce process. But he is on his own now. I also do not think many of my friends would be kind to him after the SHT he tried to do at my house. I feel bad for him and I know he needs support and professional help. However, I did my part, and I hope he understands what's right for him in the future. Thanks again for so many helpful comments. My wife also wants to thank all of you, and I am glad that this is over now. Comments amazing _cabinet 14404. Still NTA, but. So Josh is still going to stay with her. After she, said he was abusing her, and that compelled her false confession, even though her dad was with her, and then, B, backpedaled further by saying he misconstrued things she said. He's got problems. I'd sent him the screenshot of her message, essentially placing the blame on him for misunderstanding her lie instead of her making it up in the first place. But she also pointed blank and said Josh is an idiot and has created such a big mess, and he said nothing. Finally, you legally notified her of your retention of an attorney and to direct all communication through said attorney. She violated that order by coming to your home and again later, by directly messaging you. Further, your attorney asked that she make the statement in writing and not in person or over the phone. You're lucky your camera caught the confession, but your attorney should be able to get an order against her for violating the terms of your cease and desist letter. ETA for those losing their minds. I know a cease and desist letter isn't a restraining order. But he informed her legally, and in writing that he's requesting her to leave them alone after she lied, which harmed his reputation and caused his best friend to punch him due to her lies. But she then showed up to his house and later texted him after being threatened with legal action. The cease and desist letter is a tool, and I simply think he now has the opportunity to use that tool to get a restraining order. It might be a long shot. But the tool prompted the revelation of the truth and showed her willingness to ignore the wishes of a person she's directly harmed by lying. She's been shown to be non-compliant with the wishes of the family despite the threat of legal action. It shows she's not really reasonable. I'd use that fruit of that tool in my quest to get a formal restraining order. Normal people don't do the very thing they've been asked not to do within 24 hours of being asked not to do it, despite the threat of legal action. That's it. Up. I hope Josh finds the confidence to do the right thing. It's always sad to see how she treats him. I was also very upset that Mary blamed the whole thing on Josh, which was also his fault, and got to act like the victim and a saint in front of everyone. Thank you for watching the video. If you are interested in listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.